I just finished playing this super fun Dark Souls-like crab game where your only mission is to kill the entire ocean and get your stolen shell back.
Sir, please open up.
And as much fun as I had, there are a bunch of things that would have made it so much easier if I knew them when I started playing. So without further ado, I came up with 20 plus things I wish I knew before playing another Crab's Treasure. Regardless, I definitely recommend playing this game, but my name's Schmix and let's get right into it. So when you start off in the game and you see these giant hooks everywhere, if you can't get up to them, it's probably for a reason. Same thing with these giant purple cubes. If you don't know what to do with them, it's probably for a reason. If you mysteriously get a clothing item early on and can't figure out how to put it on, you just click this button. If you've gotten crystals and you can't figure out how to upgrade your skills yet, it's probably because you're not supposed to upgrade your skills yet. If you're saving your microplastics for the hope of something amazing in the future, just spend them because you'll probably lose them anyways before you get there. Every time you go into the safety of one of these big, beautiful luxury moon shells, every single enemy in the game will also respawn. Now, if you're playing on PC and you can't figure out this little hook thingy, you basically just gotta move your mouse to make it in the green all the time, and then it'll pull them towards you. If you've unlocked the parry skill and you're trying to figure out why you can never get it to work, you're not crazy, you're just doing it wrong. You don't parry by blocking when they attack you like any other game you've ever played in your lifetime. You have to come out of your shell when they attack you to parry. And if you have the counterattack skill unlocked as well, you have to come out of your shell and then immediately attack to activate it. If you see a red attack, you dodge it. If you see a blue attack, you dodge it. Every other attack, you parry it. You're gonna think at times that that should have been a parry or that you dodged in time for that attack and it shouldn't have hit you, but in reality, you're just too slow and you're gonna have to do it again. If you full sprint and then jump in your shell, you can actually roll around and get around pretty fast. You're obviously going to see this with the coconut pretty early on, but you can also do it with almost every other shell in the game as well. And if you run into an enemy when you're rolling really fast, you'll actually do some extra damage. It's probably a good idea to always look around for treasures. It just might pay off in the future. And when you get to the city, don't forget to talk to this guy and then run into him a bunch of times. Also, you should probably get some good shell insurance. I would recommend investing in these particular shells. Investing your crystals into getting some good skills is going to make the game 1000% easier. Some bosses are going to feel really hard if you don't have the right skills, health, abilities, and shells when you face them. And some boss fights are optional, like this one, and also this one. If you can't figure out how to beat this lady, or this guy, just get a coconut and spam rollout, hit them a few times, spam rollout, hit them a few times, spam rollout. Yeah, you get the idea. If you choose to fight this one, when he tries to smash your shell, just listen for the sound he makes just before and you'll know right when to dodge. And for when you get angry and lose all your microplastics, you pull out your Glock 19 and enact some much deserved revenge. But be careful not to use it on bosses because the game will think you did it legit and you won't be able to go back. You can also be a filthy little cheater and use all these fun settings. If you want a more fun and less rage-filled experience, turn off lose microplastics on death in the assist mode settings. If you choose to leave it on, make sure to always recover your past junk each time you die. So for example, if you have 1,000 microplastics and you die and you don't recover it that life and you die again, you'll lose all those microplastics. This is the reason I turned it on in my game. If for some reason you want to refight any boss in the game, all you have to do is go in a moon shell and go to combat memories. From here you can refight any of those bosses with your current gear. In fact, I actually got to the end of the game without fighting every single boss. This is because there are a lot of optional bosses, and if you don't know where to look, you might miss them. In addition, some bosses reward powerful adaptations when you kill them, and you're going to want to make sure you at least fight these 5. In order to get the Bobbit Trap adaptation, you're going to need to go to the massive trash can on the left side of the sands between. Once you get here, you're going to see that it's not a safe environment because these bobbit worms are jumping out everywhere at you. but you can actually tell where they are by looking at the ground and looking for the spots that either have bubbles coming up or big X's in the sand. Once you get to the end of this area, you'll unlock the Bobbit Trap adaptation. And if you can't figure it out, the contact lens stowaway also reveals all enemy health bars, even if they are out of sight. If an enemy is about to use a red or a blue attack, you can use the Bobbit Trap special ability and you will interrupt their attack as well as stun them for a few seconds. So the black goo, you can swim through it sometimes. If it looks a little bit lighter, it's probably shallow and you can swim through it. If it's darker, yeah, you're just gonna fall to your death. But don't worry, if you do fall to your death, it's kind of like Mario Kart, you're just gonna spawn back up at the top where you fell off with just a little bit less health. And if you stop and slow down for a moment while playing this game, you'll realize that there are some crazy good soundtracks. Specifically this one when you're fighting the Royal Shell Splitter. And this one when you enter Tapata's garden. But there are a ton of other amazing soundtracks in the game as well. Once you unlock the Mantis Punch, try to upgrade it to level 3 immediately because it really helps with everything else in the late game. And after you arrive at the sands between, I recommend first just continuing straight to the expired grove, and then later coming back to Flotsam Vale. It'll make your life a whole lot easier and it just flows better with the story. Now once you get to this lady, she can be quite a challenge. She has 4 different attacks. 2 of them are going to be basically useless, you can avoid them really easily and take her out. But when it comes to the hairdryer and the Wi-Fi router attacks, you're going to want to deal significant damage as early as possible so she moves on to the next stage. If you're having trouble with these, the hairdryer shoots in patterns of 3, where she has an open spot after the 3rd attack, and the Wi-Fi router cannot hit you if you hide inside your shell just in front of her, leaving time for you to attack her in between. Once she's down to half health, the arena will fill up with goo, but your best bet is actually just to ignore this and play it the same way you did the first stages. Once you reach these giant crabs, it's best just to run past them. You can kill them by staying underneath them, but if multiple team up on you, you're pretty much cooked. You're also going to think that the story is over about 15 different times, and then they draw you back into this masterfully crafted plot that seemingly never ends, but it's all for the better because the story is beautifully done and it really hooks you in. Pun intended. And if you play through the game and you had the best time in your entire life and you just want to play more Another Crab's Treasure, once you complete the game, you unlock New Game Plus. This is a mode of Another Crab's Treasure where the enemies are stronger, the boss fights are revamped with different attacks, and there are even a few new bosses. If you enjoyed playing through the first game in general, you're definitely going to enjoy New Game Plus. If you're watching this video and you still haven't played Another Crab's Treasure, you need to. It's a one-of-a-kind experience that you definitely won't regret. You don't need to be good at boss fights, combat, or even games in general to play this game. But if I were you, it's one I wouldn't miss. But hey, that's all I have for you guys today. If you like this kind of content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. But my name's Schmix, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Sir, please open up.
Oh, you're not a bird.
Sir, are you the owner of this residence?
You mean my shell? Yeah, it's mine.